On November 1999, President Daniel Moi declared HIV and AIDS a national disaster and announced emergency measures to curb its spread. He then ordered an immediate establishment of the National AIDS Control Council. 19 years on, the fight against HIV and AIDS continues. According to the figures released by the National AIDS Control Council, there were 24,187 new infections and 4,234 deaths due to HIV-related complications in 2016. It is this fight that saw the 2018 HIV Prevention, Care and Treatment Scientific Conference organized by the Ministry of Health and NASCOP being held at Movenpick Hotel, Nairobi, with the theme of Turning the Tide, Preventing New HIV Infection and Optimizing Treatment Outcome. Although awareness of HIV and AIDS is high in Kenya, many people living with HIV face high levels of stigma and discrimination, which prevent people from accessing HIV services.
And when you look at adolescents and young people, there are some who feel like they don't want to disclose their status to the society because they'll be stigmatized, they'll be isolated in the community. So most of the times you feel like some of them feel like they would want to disclose, but others will feel like they don't want to disclose their status.
Youths, especially young women, bear the brunt of HIV epidemic due to limited access of information, preventive, curative and counseling services.
When you look at the HIV self-test kit that has been introduced in the country, still young people don't know about this issue. In fact, many of them, if they hear about that kind of self-test kit, there needs to be more empowerment for them to understand how this kit function, because most of them, they have myths and misconceptions regarding those test kits that are being provided for. The information that needs to be brought for young people and adolescents, it needs to be a youth-friendly kind of information, so that when they see this kind of information and services, it is easily for them to really assess this kind of information. Because when I was presenting my abstract, I talked about issue of meaningful youth participation of adolescents and young people. Because you see, there are information that are there. There are policies that are being introduced in the country. There are budget items that are being, are adolescents and young people included in this kind of discussions? Are they being brought on the table? So that if this kind of information is really meant for adolescents and young people, let the adolescents and young people themselves brand the information that is supposed to go to their fellow adolescents and young people.
The national developmental agenda regarding the nation's future revolves around the youth, who are the majority in the national population. And this epidemic, if not curbed, is poised to reverse the gains made. It is said that the youth are the leaders of tomorrow, and that tomorrow is now. But it is worrying that the nation's most vibrant and valuable resource is registering a huge number of HIV infection. More awareness should be done surrounding HIV and AIDS treatment and prevention, so as to decrease the huge risk which exists. Reporting for Brand Plus TV, I am Karari John Wambugu.